Hey Crosspoint, it's Rob here, and I'm here with Steph Boldt. She is one of our elders, and she's the treasurer for our board of elders as well. And we're here today to give you an update on how finances have been going with Crosspoint. As well, later on, we're going to talk about an opportunity that we want to invite you to participate in. So make sure you stick with us until the end of the video. But first of all, we're going to talk to you about Mosaic Centre. We did this great project, started it, I don't know, 5 weeks ago or whatnot, and invited you to come and participate in that and to give towards Mosaic Centre's transition to their new property. And we're just elated and excited to give you some good news announcement about the end of the project and how things turned out. So Steph, why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so excited to announce we were able to raise $16,075 for the Mosaic Centre. So that was $11,075 that you guys donated, and then a matching of $5,000 from our local fund. So that, an amazing response to you guys. Thanks for your generosity given COVID and everything else. That is just an amazing, generous heart that you guys have, and we're so thankful for that.
Yeah, I mean, that was above and beyond our expectations. And I reached out to Dean Kerpowade. I told him this last week. He's the executive director of the Mustard Seed here in Edmonton. And his team are just so thankful and so excited about a local church contributing and partnering in this project. And they're going to be making that move underway really quickly here. So way to go, Crosspoint. Now, some other great news is, we're July 1st, June 30th. That's our fiscal year end for Crosspoint. That's when we close the books from the previous year and start the new budget for the new year. And we've got some great news as well about our year end. Again, some positive information. So tell us about that, Steph.
Yeah, so again, happy to announce we actually came in basically within our expected donation revenue. So on budget right up to the end of the year, which is amazing. And we are so blessed and thankful. That is a yay God to be able to basically say we met what we expected in donations. From the rental revenue side, obviously with COVID, we did see a bit of a decline just in the last few months. So that was under our projected revenues. But at the same time, we weren't using the facilities, so we were able to utilize savings just from not operating the building.
Yeah, so it all balanced out.
Yeah, so really the savings we saw from not running the facility offset the lost revenue from the rental income. And so, we are finishing the year in the black. We have a surplus. Yay! So super excited to be able to report that. And just thank you guys for your generous hearts. We can't do it without you, so we are so grateful for your continued giving throughout this period as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's so exciting. I mean, we expected a real huge dip in revenues during this season, but some of you gave above and beyond. So 2 years ago, we embarked on a journey as a new church community, and we assumed the ownership of this 50th Street property where we now gather together as a church. This was formerly known as Beverly Alliance Church. And in order to do that, we established a fundraising campaign, our first ever, and it was called Planting the Gospel. And we invited a number of you to contribute towards this project through pledges. And so many of you did, and it was exciting to do that during that time. And one of the other things that helped was our district office. They gave us a 2-year interest-free loan for us. And of course, the deal with the interest-free loan is if we could pay off half of that interest-free loan in the first 2 years, they would extend it 1 more year. So that was great. And so because of that, when we moved into the facility, we did a whole bunch of different projects. I mean, we put a new roof on the facility, which was a huge expense. We upgraded the audio and the lighting in our worship center. We developed next-gen offices off of the gymnasium. We took the kids' space downstairs and we refurbished it and gave it fresh coats of paint, as well as a number of other different projects in the facility. So all of that money was used very wisely to create a facility that was functional for us to be able to plant the gospel. And so many of you contributed towards that, but we wanted to give you a little bit of an update on how the pledges have been coming along. So Steph, why don't you talk to us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the loan that we got from the district was $134,000. And you guys have been amazing in honoring your pledges and giving that support. So we were able to make that payment of, it was $80,000 that we made in around November, December in 2019. So we were able to meet that deadline of at least a half payment within the first 2 years. And so we are into kind of the extension. We have $54,000 left on the loan. pledge balance that has been paid up to this point is about $44,000, so we're about $10,000 left in order to pay off that loan. Our pledges outstanding at this point are about $12,000, so if we can get those last pledges to come in, then we would actually have enough to pay off that loan.
Wow, that'd be great.
That would be amazing.
Huge. Yeah. And of course, the anniversary of those pledges, the 2-year anniversary is coming up. So for those of you who've been able to complete your pledge or even part of your pledge up to this point, huge thanks to you. Thank you for partnering with us in the gospel. But we want to create an opportunity for you to complete your pledge. As well, there are a number of you who've been with Crosspoint, maybe in the last couple of years. You've joined our church community, but you never had an opportunity to participate in this project. And so we want to create an opportunity for you to do that as well, because this is a kind of a great time that we're finding ourselves in. We are coming up on our 10-year church anniversary. We've called it a church anniversary in the past. So 10 years is coming up this fall. And so as we move towards that 10-year church anniversary, we would love to be able to, first of all, pay off the loan to the district. That's a huge thing. But second, also to receive enough capital funds to be able to embark on new developments in the facility that we'd like to do. There are lots of things that we want to do in the facility. I mean, as most of you know, we need to beautify the campus, the outside property that's there. There are some issues with washrooms that we'd like to figure out and improve. We'd like to create better accessibility for wheelchairs into our property. As well, there is some more upgrades in the worship center that still need to be done, but we just have been holding back because we don't have the funds to do that, and we want to be good stewards of the resources God has given us. So if we can pay off the debt, and if we can increase the amount of funds that are in our capital fund, that would be huge for us. So we want to invite you to do that. We want to invite you to, first of all, to pay off your pledge if you've been contributing and you've said, I want to pledge towards this. But second as well, just to contribute above and beyond your normal tithes and offerings towards the capital fund as we move towards this. And our hope is, our goal is to complete all of this by our AGM, which is on September the 27th. So we want to talk to you about how you can do that, and Steph is here to tell you how can they contribute to this.
Perfect. So yeah, simple ways to do that. If you're giving online, you will see when you go in the drop down into the different funds, there's a 50th Street Pledge Fund, so anything that goes towards that is collecting our pledges. If you, like Rob said, if you actually weren't part of Crosspoint, if you didn't actually make a pledge, you're still able to give to that fund, and that will go towards paying off that final part of the loan. There's also a capital fund, so if you just want to give towards the capital of Crosspoint any time of the year, it doesn't have to be a part of this campaign. There is a fund called Capital Fund, and we are happy to accept donations towards that any time of the year. And then if you're writing a check, if you're a check writer, just put in your memo field that it's the 50th Street Pledge, and then we'll make sure it gets to the right fund.
Awesome. And we just want to say huge thanks, guys, for your contribution in the past and your contribution in the future. Thanks for partnering with us in planting the gospel in Northeast Edmonton, which is really what this is all about. It's not about just bricks and mortar and turning the lights on and turning the lights off. It's about transformed lives, and every dollar that is given is a dollar that goes towards helping people find their way back to God and to grow towards maturity in Christ. So thank you for your contribution.
Absolutely.
And that's all we got.
That's all. Thanks, Crosspoint.
All right, thanks, guys.